Hey everyone, my name is Malin, and today I'm going to show you my LEGO remote control Ghostbusters car. So to start off with the Ecto-1, I'll show you some of the features it has. The power button is this white button here, which is I can also pull all the way out, to make it easy to press. So if I press it down, that means it's on now. So one of the features the car has is the lights can go on. Those are the front lights, they're quite brighter than the back ones. It's actually kind of hard to see, so I'll show you them here. The lights are controlled by this train remote controller, which is on the second channel. I can turn the lights on off with these red buttons here. While the lights are able to be on, I can also drive the car, which has back wheel driving and has a back to center steering system, not a servo motor because they don't have one of those. That's the steering, and it goes roughly back to center when it's on good battery. And it's able to zoom rather nicely across the screen. As you can see from the remote control, the car runs on power functions, even though I do have a powered up system that I did get during Christmas, which I have used for another car that I will be reviewing soon. I used a few of the aspects of the car that came from the Ghostbusters car, including these printed tiles here that have the Ghostbusters symbol on them. There's 3 of those that are on each side, and at the back I have also used the license plate that says Ecto-1 on it, even though it is quite small and not quite to scale. But I've used that on the back and on the front. Unfortunately, the lights on the front do not turn on, but I'm sure if I could find a better way to maneuver everything around and had some more light bricks, I could probably make the front lights turn on. Here's a quick view of the underside of the car. I'll just do run a few things so you can see. As you can see on this side, we have a little extra light here and some oddly placed tubing, which I don't know exactly what it's for, but it's there and it's being used for something scientific. There's also these two on this side of the top bit here. There's these 2 big yellow tubing bits here. And if we turn the whole thing around and look at the other side, we can see that they have a ladder so they can access all the materials stuff up here. They have a little aerial, another doodad, and a antenna sort of stuff. I don't exactly know what all these things do. These look like some sort of powering things for proton packs. And this is a radio antenna by the looks of it, so they can contact headquarters. For the front and back windows, I've used a clever technique where I've put some bricks on some hinges, and that can open up there, even though it can't really access anything. It can still open up, and that's how the front and back windows are being attached, and that's why they're slanted like that. I tried to put a bit of detail into the back here with these very old kind of looking pointy lights, and these are probably the exhausts. On the hood of the car, I tried to make a kind of curvy looking pattern to the whole front, so it looks a bit more old, and in the old ambulance style it was. The curves on the side of the car are built in a similar way to the original LEGO Ghostbusters set, where they got studs not on the top pieces and they put a bunch of these slants on its side and a few flat pieces here as well. That's what these things here are. They're special slants. And if we look at the very back here, you can see this is a full curve piece. To access the inside, it's easy to take off but quite difficult to put back on. We have to take off the roof. To do that, we have to one by one disconnect each of the lights. Then we have to take these blue tubing bits off so they can be separated from the bottom. Then I disconnect the top bits, and the lights can now slip out of the holes that are in the roof, and that's the roof there, all in one, with the button and everything in place. Put that there, and now you can see here all the insides of the car. Underneath this receiver over here is the motor that runs the steering. If I move that, you can see the steering rubber band mechanism there. A bit more that I used in my old Technic car that I made a while back, and that's being used very well there. The driving motor here is a large motor, which is connected to the wheels on the sides here that are slightly hidden by the detailing on the sides. This receiver here is the one that's being used for the lights right now, and this receiver here is the one that's being used for the driving and the steering. This one's on channel 2 and this one's on channel 1 to match the remote controls that are being used here. To attach them to the top, there's these like 1x4 plates with like a 1x2 space in the middle that's flat, and then there's the 2 studs on either side. That's also on the other side over here. And now to go through the difficult process of putting this thing back together. Now that the roof is back on, I guess I'd like to talk about what inspired me to make this certain model. Now during the Christmas holidays, I got into the highly popular Netflix show of Stranger Things, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there have heard of. And the 4 main characters, the 4 main boys in it, for Halloween they all dressed up as Ghostbusters because it was in their time, which was 1983. The movie did just come out. I think this was season 2. This all happened in, and the Ghostbusters movie just came out, and they wanted to dress up as them for Halloween. And it was really funny because 2 of the boys were the same guy, and they were all having a big fight about it, and it was really funny. But that one made me want to watch the proper Ghostbusters movie itself, because for the last time I watched it, I was probably like 10 and had no idea what half the movie was about. After watching the Ghostbusters movie itself, I fell in love with the car, and I wanted to make the whole thing out of Lego in a Lego form. I thought power functions would be a great powering system because of the fact that I can have the 2 remotes separately, so they could control the lights and the steering and driving at the same time. What I used to help me make the Ghostbusters car was the instruction manual from the Lego's original Ecto-1 Ghostbusters set, and I basically got that set and enlarged it by 3 times, which explains why the Ghostbusters symbol here is tiny. Also, I used a tiny Hot Wheels car for reference that my dad let me borrow. I used the Hot Wheels car for helping me out with the main shape of the car itself down here, and I used the Lego set to help me figure out how to build the top here. Now that I've told you what inspired me on making this Ghostbusters car, I'll show you it properly running on a nice smooth surface up in what we like to call the Great Hall. If you haven't seen my Lego Technics car video, then you won't know what the Great Hall is. The Great Hall is an area I can go to on our land with a big concrete floor, and it's great for this certain type of thing. Right, here we go. This is it in the Great Hall. It runs quite well without the lights on, but I guess I'll run it with the lights on just for good measure. There we go. Right, hopefully you can see those lights. It runs alright with the lights as well, but it drains the battery faster. Now that I've drove the car itself around, up in the Great Hall, I'd like to finish up the video by saying I'm sorry about this video being a long time coming. I've taken a break for a while because of the fact that I'm in school in 5th year, and now I'm not in school because of the coronavirus. But if you're all wondering how I am, I'm absolutely fine. It hasn't gotten to me or anything, so that's good. I'm kind of stuck up in my mountain at the moment, not really having anything else to do at all but make YouTube videos and get on with schoolwork that my teachers are emailing to me. So yeah, expect more LEGO videos in about a week or so of other things that might have come from the 80s. And I've also heard some of you, while I'm at it, I've also heard some of you in the comments of one of my most popular videos, which got 4,600 views, which is mind-blowing. Thank you all so much for watching that video. Which was the Iron Armor Steve. I didn't know it would blow up as much as it would. Anyway, some of you in the comments of that video said that you would like to see the villager from Minecraft in that same size, and yeah, I will make that video. Just as a little teaser. It's all blurry, but you're not going. You have to wait for the video to see what exactly that was. Thank you for watching my video, and I'll catch you guys later with the next one. Goodbye!
If there's something strange in your neighborhood,